Chargers fans, buckle up. We've got 7 big updates about your team that could completely change the season. From a rookie running back stepping into the spotlight, to a defense playing at a championship level, to a showdown that could shape the AFC West, it's all here. And trust me, update number 7 will blow your mind. Stay with me, you don't want to miss a single detail. Right now, the Los Angeles Chargers are looking like one of the most complete teams in the NFL. And the biggest reason why? Quarterback Justin Herbert. Through 3 weeks, Herbert has been playing at an MVP level, firing darts all over the field, leading scoring drives with ease, and showing the poise of a quarterback who can carry his team deep into the postseason. But Herbert isn't doing it alone. The offensive line deserves just as much credit. They've been protecting him, giving him clean pockets, and opening up lanes in the run game. That stability up front has turned this offense into a nightmare to prepare for. What's been surprising, though, is how this offense is winning. With Greg Roman at coordinator, many expected a heavy run-first identity. Instead, we're seeing a balanced attack, a strong run game paired with a passing game that can explode at any moment. It's that unpredictability that's making the Chargers so dangerous. And don't sleep on the defense. This group has been rock solid, ranking in the top 10 for yards allowed and top 5 for points allowed. That means opponents aren't just struggling to move the ball, they're struggling to even get on the scoreboard. It's a defense built to complement Herbert's high-flying offense, and so far, it's been working to perfection. But here's the thing, it's not just the stars carrying this team. A couple of new faces are stepping up in a big way, and they could be the X factors that keep the Chargers undefeated. The Los Angeles Chargers aren't just winning games right now, they're dominating in all phases of football. And it starts with their quarterback. Justin Herbert is playing at nothing short of an MVP level. Through 3 weeks, he's been nearly unstoppable, carving up defenses with pinpoint accuracy and commanding the field with total confidence. His connection with his receivers looks sharper than ever, and the results speak for themselves. But Herbert's success isn't happening in a vacuum. A huge part of the story has been the offensive line, which has quietly become one of the strongest units in football. They're giving Herbert the time he needs to make plays, while also creating running lanes for a ground attack that's more dangerous than people expected. Speaking of that ground attack, this offense has found a perfect balance under offensive coordinator Greg Roman. Known for his run-heavy schemes, Roman has surprised opponents by mixing in a high-volume passing game when it's needed. The result? A unit that can control the clock with the run or light up the scoreboard through the air. Pick your poison, because the Chargers can beat you either way. And it's not just the offense making waves. The defense has been elite, ranking in the top 10 for yards allowed and top 5 for points allowed. That means opponents aren't just struggling to move the ball, they're struggling to score, period. This defense has been the perfect complement to Herbert's high-powered offense, giving the Chargers one of the most complete teams in the NFL right now. The Los Angeles Chargers offense has been one of the most exciting stories of the young season, and it all begins with quarterback Justin Herbert. He continues to lead this team with both efficiency and explosiveness, piling up yards through the air while keeping defenses off balance with his ability to extend plays. Herbert's command of the offense has been the driving force behind the Chargers' undefeated start. Alongside him, rookie wide receiver Orand Gadsden is beginning to emerge as a key offensive weapon. In his first real opportunities, Gadsden has shown strong hands and an ability to make plays in critical moments. The Chargers coaching staff views this as an important stage in his development, with the goal of ramping him up now so he's ready to play a bigger role in the second half of the season, when the schedule becomes much tougher. His progress could be a major factor in how versatile the Chargers' passing game becomes down the stretch. In the backfield, rookie running back Amarion Hampton is quickly making a name for himself. Last week against Denver, he delivered a breakout performance with 129 total yards and a touchdown, splitting his production between rushing and receiving. Hampton is showing early signs of becoming a true bell cow back, a player who can carry the offense on the ground while also contributing as a reliable option in the passing game. With the Giants' defense struggling to stop the run, Hampton has a real chance to cross the 100-yard mark again this week, further solidifying his place as one of the Chargers' most dangerous young playmakers. The New York Giants come into this matchup with major concerns on the defensive side of the ball. Statistically, they rank near the bottom of the NFL across the board. The Giants are allowing more than 400 yards per game, the second most in the league. Through the air, they sit as the fifth worst pass defense, while on the ground they have been even worse, ranking second from the bottom against the run. The struggles aren't just numbers on paper, they've been exposed repeatedly in recent weeks. Against the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants gave up more than 350 passing yards to Dak Prescott, who hasn't exactly been at his sharpest this season. They followed that up with another tough outing against Washington, allowing over 300 total yards to Jaden Daniels, a young quarterback still adjusting to the NFL. Perhaps the most concerning sign for New York is how they've handled opposing running backs. Rookie Jerry Krosky-Merritt made his NFL debut against them and immediately posted 80 yards and a touchdown, even while splitting touches with veteran backs. Performances like that show just how vulnerable the Giants have been to both explosive plays and consistent yardage, no matter the level of talent they're facing. With weaknesses against both the pass and the run, this defense presents a highly favorable matchup for the Chargers' balanced offensive attack. Between Justin Herbert's hot start, the emergence of Amarion Hampton in the backfield, and a deep receiving group that continues to grow, Los Angeles will have every opportunity to take advantage of a defense that simply hasn't found answers early in the season. The Chargers' defense has been one of the biggest storylines of the season so far, and much of the credit goes to Jesse Minter's scheme. His system has transformed this unit into one of the most disciplined and effective groups in the NFL, particularly in coverage. What surprised many analysts is the depth of the secondary. Of course, Derwin James remains the leader on the back end, but he's far from alone. Tarheeb Still and Cam Hart have both stepped up in major ways, providing consistent coverage and limiting big plays. Adding to that group, veteran Tony Jefferson has been a revelation after coming out of retirement, proving he can still play at a high level and giving the Chargers even more flexibility in their defensive packages. The results speak for themselves. This defense has already shut down quarterbacks like Bo Nix, Geno Smith, and even Patrick Mahomes, a clear statement that they can hold their own against both young talent and proven stars. They're not just limiting yardage, they're disrupting rhythm, forcing mistakes, and setting the tone for the entire team. Looking ahead to the Giants, that spells trouble for quarterback Jackson Dart. Facing a secondary this confident and this deep, combined with the pressure the Chargers' front can generate, Dart is expected to have one of the toughest challenges of his young career. The blueprint is already in place. This defense thrives on eliminating passing options and forcing quarterbacks into uncomfortable situations. For the Chargers, this Week 4 matchup is about more than just extending their undefeated record. The biggest challenge isn't the opponent on the field, but the mindset in the locker room. Coming in at 3-0, the danger of a trap game mentality is very real, and Jim Harbaugh has made it clear the team needs to stay locked in and focused. The strategy is straightforward. First, the Chargers will look to control the clock with their run game, leaning on Amarion Hampton and a strong offensive line to dictate tempo. Establishing dominance on the ground not only keeps the Giants' defense on its heels but also limits opportunities for mistakes that could keep the game closer than it should be. Second, the team knows how critical it is to stay healthy. With bigger challenges looming later in the season, avoiding unnecessary injuries in what should be a favorable matchup is part of the long-term focus. Another key piece is about growth. The Chargers want to use games like this to build confidence for young players. Names like Oron Gadsden, Hampton, and Trey Harris aren't just filling roles, they're being developed into long-term playmakers who will be leaned on when the competition stiffens. Getting them valuable reps in live action will pay off as the season goes deeper. At the core of it all is Harbaugh's trademark approach, business-like execution. The goal is simple: get in, take care of business, and get out with a win. No distractions, no wasted energy, just a continuation of the disciplined style that's defined the Chargers' perfect start. All signs point toward the Chargers delivering their most dominant performance of the season. With momentum on their side and clear mismatches across the board, this Week 4 game sets up as a potential statement win. The final score projection is Chargers 31, Giants 10. This would not only keep Los Angeles undefeated but also mark the team's first true blowout victory of the year. The balance of their offense and the consistency of their defense suggest this matchup could be one-sided from start to finish. Key players to watch include Justin Herbert, who is expected to continue his MVP-level play, Orand Gadsden, who's emerging as a reliable target and red zone threat, and Amarion Hampton, the rookie running back who's shown flashes of becoming the workhorse this team has needed. Each of these players could play a pivotal role in securing a comfortable win. If everything goes according to plan, the Chargers not only walk away with another victory but also strengthen their reputation as one of the NFL's true powerhouses.